Is your mindset stopping you from progressing in your career and actually getting the appreciation, recognition, salary increments, and job promotions that you truly desire in your career? In this episode, I want to share with you the top three mindset blocks that every single 9 to 5 working professionals needs to avoid if you truly want to have career success, if you truly want to climb the career ladder, and if you truly want to become successful in the corporate world. So, if right now you're feeling a little bit lost, a little bit confused as to what is holding you back, what's really stopping you in, if you even have any of these mindset blocks at all, then make sure that you listen to the end of this episode where I am going to break it down for you. So, now let's dive in. Mindset block number one that every single 9 to 5 professional needs to avoid is telling yourself, I am not good enough. I am not good enough. You will be surprised at the number of people who do not believe in themselves, who have very low confidence with their work, very low self belief in what they can bring to the table, and very low self esteem in terms of the value that they can actually contribute in their role. So, if you are feeling just like this, where you think that you are not good enough because you don't have ABCDE skills, you are not good enough because somebody else got promoted but you did not. You feel like you're not good enough because somebody and somebody could do something and then you couldn't, or you feel like you're not good enough just because your past career history hasn't been that great, and therefore you think that even in this current role you are going to mess it up somehow or another. So all these, if you resonate with any of the questions, or rather any of the points or situations that I've just mentioned, I want to tell you that you are not alone. In fact, many people do feel this way. And one really big tip I want to share with you to shift this mindset block is really asking yourself this one question. And the question is, what can you do to feel that you are good enough? Now, let's flip it on its head and look at the other side of the spectrum and ask yourself, what do you think you need to do to feel good enough? Not letting that mindset block just sit in your mind and then churning, 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 churning. Nothing's positive is going to come out of it. So I want you to be honest and take a pause, answer this question. What do you need to do to feel like you're good enough? It doesn't have to be a full blown plan, but maybe the one thing. What is the one skill that you want to learn? What is the maybe one person that you want to communicate better with? What is the one piece of work that you want to improve the quality on? One thing. What is the one thing that you can improve on? And trust me, you have the ability to improve on, but it starts from recognizing that you are not giving yourself that opportunity to do so. So that's mindset block number one, and that's I'm not good enough. Mindset block number two. Let's dive into the mindset block number two, that if you are a 9 to 5 working professional, you absolutely need to avoid, because this is stopping you from actually progressing in your career. And the number two is, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Now, I hear this comment come very frequently from fresh graduates who are joining the 9 to 5 corporate world for the first time. So it's their first job. I also hear this a lot from people who have just started a new career. And with a new career, I mean with a new company, with a new industry, or maybe even an internal transition to another team, to another role. So if you're starting a new job and you feel like, hey, I don't really know what I'm doing. I am at work every day. It's been a few weeks and maybe even a few months, but you still feel like you have not actually adapted into the role. You feel like you don't really have solid relationships. You feel like there are a lot of obstacles, there are a lot of problems in getting things done. And worst thing is you're getting comments from your boss to say that, hey, how come you're working so slow? How come you don't know this person and that person? How come you have not networked with this person and that person? Or maybe you are getting a bit more negative feedback as to, hey, your quality of work is not good enough. Maybe you can't pass your probation. Maybe there are other skill problems that you have. So really think about what is making you feel like you don't know what's going on. And again, I want to offer one big tip to you. And the tip is, I want you to ask yourself, what more do you need to know? Because if you feel like you don't know anything, then what more do you need to know? So if you can do some information gathering, what more do you need to know? Make sure that you can answer this question, because I noticed that from working with hundreds of clients and hundreds of students. And when students first join my program, the Corporate Survivor, one of the first things that I cover in the earliest modules is about outlining your roles and responsibilities. Now, if you find yourself not knowing what you're doing, that kind of tells me, and this is from my experience of working with hundreds of clients as well as the students in my program, is that you may not be very clear on what your overall role even is. And therefore, if you're not sure what their KPIs are, then how are you going to make sure that you have the right information to do a good job? To do a good job. So that's why the second question, and to this second mindset block of not knowing what you're doing at all, whether it's at your it's a particular project, it's in a new job or in a new role, a new career, that's really asking this question of like, okay, what more do you need to know? What more? Right? Because once you can identify what more you need to know, then you can actually go out there and get that information, right? Armed with strong communication skills, you can go and get the information that you need. And it really starts with moving past this mindset block and really again turning it on its head and say, okay, what else do I need to know then? If I don't know, if I think I don't know anything, then like, okay, what else do I need to know? What other information can I get? And actually go and do that. Actually go and do that. Now, if you have resonated with the first two mindset blocks, then I am sure that you will also resonate with mindset block number 3. And that is the feeling of, oh no, I am going to stay stuck in this situation forever. Now, this is actually a very common third mindset block. And if you have experienced the first two ones, likely you experience this third one, because it's almost like an outcome to the negative symptoms and the negative feelings that you're feeling in a career that you feel like you're struggling, right? So the feeling of stuck, trapped, and using the word forever is a big word, okay? Forever means like, you know, hundreds of years, maybe even more than that, right? So I think first thing is to recognize that when you're using words such as like, oh my God, forever, it's not going to change, or I'm going to stay stuck in this forever. It's always going to be like this forever. I think the fact that you're using a lot of these words should form as a huge indicator for you to say, hey, am I even realistic? Like, actually listen to what you're saying. Like, listen to the words that you are using to describe that situation. And really objectively ask yourself, like, does this even make sense? Is this even practical? Is this even logical? Because I can tell you most of the time it's not, but I truly understand the feeling of trap, because I have also been in that space where I was highly stressed in a super, super duper stressful job. I was working really long hours, and I really felt that there was like no ending to this madness. There was no solution. There was no exit door. And that is a very overwhelming feeling. It's a very frustrating feeling at that. And the feeling of trapped and like being stuck is not a great feeling. So if you are feeling like this, I want to offer you again one more tip to help shift your perspective and again turn it on its head. And the question I have for you is, what's one opportunity that I can look out for in my day-to-day job? So what's one opportunity that you can look out for at your day-to-day job? Now, a lot of reasons why people feel stuck is because they can't see anything new, they can't see anything different. So by asking yourself the question of like, what's that one opportunity that would be possible for me, and that what's one opportunity that I can think of, will then open your horizon and say, hey, you know, yeah, sure, you're in this role, you're in this team, you're in this company, but it doesn't mean that the company doesn't have other teams. It doesn't mean that there are no other functions. It doesn't mean that there are no other responsibilities and opportunities that are there. And I know that this is true because for the hundreds of students in my online program, the Corporate Survivor, a lot of them in our bonus one-on-one sessions, they also tell me that, hey, I don't think there are any opportunities as well. And that is why, specifically in the program, I have a lesson 5.4 where I actually talk about how do you identify special opportunities to expand your career, to expand your exposure, and to continue to improve your expertise. Because trust me, it is fully possible to make an internal rotation, to get a secondment, to get promoted internally, to get an internal increment. Because that has happened to so many of my clients and so many of my students in the program that I'm very sure that if you were to really get rid of that mindset block, like really stepping out of it and really consider the questions and the tips that I've shared with you, you can also have these career opportunities for yourself. You will learn how to create those opportunities so that you can actually advance your career. So tell me which of the three mindset blocks that you resonate with, you feel that you are experiencing right now, but you didn't feel that there was a solution to. And I want you to let me know and drop me a DM on LinkedIn or Instagram at Maypinko and tell me, has today's podcast helped you see the possibilities of what you can actually achieve if you were to overcome these mindset blocks that are truly stopping you from moving forward in your career? So drop me a DM on those platforms and let me know. I love to hear from you. I love to be part of your career journey as well. So till then, I will see you in next week's podcast episode and see you then. Bye.